I'm back. Roads Rants for Black and White Sports. Week 15 power rankings. What I do is my top 5, plus I give you some teams that I think are in the mix. Okay. Teams that could bust into the top 5 or just fell out. Clarification. I always tell people I take somewhat of a collegiate approach. I do care about your strength of schedule. I do care about your victories. Who have you beaten? If you've got a bunch of Finns and Jets on there, look out. I do care about the quarterbacks you've had to play. All right. Although, for a team like the Steelers, for example, that have shown they are all around good football team, especially on defense right now, they're just playing good team ball. I will take that into consideration. So, but first, okay, so let's go with the in the mix teams. I won't elaborate a ton on in the mix teams at all. But you can take this as 6, 7, 8, but not in a specific order. Although Packers, they were in my top 5, by the way. I knocked them out because they carried a sorry ass Redskins team yesterday at home. That offense looked like trash at home. Playing Dwayne Haskins, who I think will be a bust in the NFL. It is what it is. Look, Packers should have put 35 on them. They didn't. I mean, I give the Redskins a little credit. Their defense is playing better, but it doesn't matter. I still hung them for it. It's bullshit. You got Aaron Rodgers. You need to be able to put away. They never put the Redskins away yesterday. Next, Minnesota Vikings. And what I will tell you is, boy, 5, 6, 7 sort of is splitting hairs for me right now. Vikings were almost my 15, okay? I can tell you that right now. So, even though I'm not giving this to you in a specific order, I would say the Vikings would be the 6th team, okay? And they do have some good victories this year. Next, the Patriots. That's right. I knocked them out of my top 5. They've been progressively dropping. Look, at the end of the day, when I look at the Patriots schedule, it is not impressive. Okay, I'm sorry. I know I've had people come through here, but you play whoever's on the schedule and you beat who you beat. Yeah, but there's also a manner in which you do it. And the fact is the Patriots offense is awful. It's awful. Do I think that's a deterioration of Tom Brady? Actually, I don't. I think his weapons are flat trash right now. Those wide receivers can't separate from me and you right now, running routes. Everybody looks like they're running in quicksand. Edelman is noticeably slower. And I got to tell you, because he is so involved in personnel decisions, I got to nail Bill Belichick for not having figured out a way to get a quality tight end in the offseason or at the trade deadline. It is unexcusable because of how important a tight end has been to this offense forever. Okay. I heard that they were in the mix on Kyle Rudolph. He ended up staying with the Vikings. I'm sure they're glad they did that. But look, Bill, you've got to do whatever it takes to get a quality tight end for Tom Brady. I've got some theories on this whole Patriots thing right now. I might make a video on later because it seems like Brady may be on his way out of New England. And the Vikings, look, Vikings are a good football team. They were almost my 5th team on this list, which means the Patriots are, in fact, 6. Okay. And the Patriots' only good wins, and one of them's iffy, the Steelers at the beginning of the year and the Cowboys. And we're finding out the Cowboys look like straight trash right now. I will tell you, the Bills are laying back there, and so are the Texans, but they've had some bad losses. Number 5, the Kansas City Chiefs. You might be like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Look, I felt for sure they were only going to be an in the mix team when I sat down to do this today. But I pulled up their schedule. I started looking at their victories, and I was like, good God, they got some good wins on here. They beat the Patriots yesterday in New England. That is a big deal. They got wins over the Vikings. They got a win over the Ravens. And what's proved to be a very tough team with a losing record, with one of the better point differentials you will ever see for a team that's under 500. The Chiefs beat the Broncos in Denver. Okay, the Broncos are a tough losing team. Going into yesterday, they had a plus 30 point diff. Okay, that equates to a team that's normally like 7-6 or 6-6. No shit. Number 4, the Saints. That's right. I've got to tell you, there are such things as good showings and losses. They showed me something. I did pick the Niners going into that game, even though about a month ago I had planned on picking the Saints. I thought it was a loss for the Niners a month ago, but as I watched the Niners progressively play, I thought, man, they're going to nail the Saints. I was wrong. Yeah, the Niners won, but that defense, the Saints' offensive line did a great job yesterday. It is a strength of the team. Bosa, that defensive front for the Niners was held at bay, and they dropped 46 points on the Niners defense. The Saints have key victories over Seahawks. The Bears in Chicago, yes, they have beaten the Cowboys. There was a time when that looked like a good victory. But look, it was a quality loss yesterday. Yeah, it hurt them in the playoff standings. I get it. But look, the Saints can play with anybody. They can play with anybody. Could I see the Saints very well beating the Seahawks, the Ravens, the Niners? They could beat any team in this top 5. I think they're capable of that. Same could be said for every team in this top 5. But you get my point. They're a quality football team. Number 3, the Seattle Seahawks. They had an arrow to the eye hole, bam, loss last night. If they would have beat the Rams, and they have split with the Rams, but if they'd have beat them, I may have put them, well, I can't say they would have. They were 3 last week, I believe. I just kept them steady. They got key victories over the Vikings, 49ers, Steelers, and they split with the Rams. They lost last night. I just held them. Okay. Again, the Seahawks can beat anybody, but their defense is suspect. It is suspect. Number 2, and they, once again, for the second week in a row, it's a 1A and 1B situation, really and truly. My 49ers. Number 2, look, the only thing that's got them not number 1 is the Ravens haven't beat them. That's it. Key wins over the Rams, Saints, Steelers, Packers. Okay? They got an OT loss to the Seahawks, which I won't call a bad loss. Went to overtime. And they've got a loss to the Ravens. I mean, the Niners are tough. And the one thing I've been worried about all year was Jimmy Garoppolo. And the last month or so, he is killing it. Jimmy G. Number 1 for the, I don't know how many week in a row, the Ravens. Look, what can I say? Key wins. Seahawks, 49ers, Patriots, Bills now. It's a murderer's row of good teams that they have beaten. Would it be shot? I would be surprised if the Ravens don't make the Super Bowl. I would. But I will tell you this. A month ago, I said Ravens, Patriots, AFC Championship game. Well, I don't know how the seeding is going to play out, but I wouldn't be shocked to see Chiefs and Ravens at this point. Okay? The Patriots just can't score. As of right now, I'm pretty I don't even want to say I'm confident for a 49ers Ravens Super Bowl because I think the Saints or the Seahawks could beat the 49ers. I think the 49ers could beat the Seahawks and the Saints. All right. I know that. And look, I'm talking about in the playoffs, right? Every team on here is capable of beating every other team. I do think you could theoretically throw the Vikings into that same conversation. Look, I think you've got about 6 teams that could win the Super Bowl theoretically. Kirk Cousins worries me with the Vikings. He's having a good year, but he is still a concern. I don't know about the Patriots as Super Bowl contenders right now. I really don't. I guess you could say 7 teams with them. And that's strictly on a never count them out scenario. That's it. So I gave him credit for history when I say that. That's it. You tell me what you think, black and white sports fans. Subscribe. Peace. I'm out. Until next time.